Hi, I'm Steve Sample with Bama Talk. Don't miss a single episode of Bama Talk Show, available now on iTunes, Stitcher, or your favorite podcast app, and on the web at bigbrainsmedia.com.
This is your Weather Xtreme video for Saturday, October the 5th. I'm meteorologist Brian Peters, and it looks like all eyes are on Karen. And what is she going to be doing? The upper air flow for this morning shows a pretty strong upper level low over southern, the South Dakota area, with a nice trough extending down into the southern Rockies. And over us, we have basically a ridge, but we also have the little bit of a low that is embedded in that ridge that is a Karen. Karen, of course, just to the south of the south central Louisiana coast, and that plus the front means that we're going to have some rain primarily on Sunday. There's a quick look at the tropics, and there's not much going on besides Karen. Karen's going to be, of course, our focus right now. There is something out in the Atlantic, but not circled on that particular map. There's a little closer look at Karen, and here's part of the problem. We can see the low-level circulation, but the convection is well off to the east and southeast of that low-level circulation, so the environment of Karen is very much sheared. The forecast tracks on the computer models are in pretty good agreement. Still a pretty good spread, but definitely at least some agreement on it making a northeast turn here shortly. There's the official track from the National Hurricane Center, and that would be making landfall late on Sunday, somewhere in the vicinity of the Alabama coastline, perhaps somewhere between about Mobile and Pensacola. Not trying to be that specific, because don't concentrate just on the center. And question is whether or not Karen will actually be even a tropical storm, minimal tropical storm by the time it gets there, since the hurricane hunters having trouble finding giving a center fix to the storm. There's a look at our shear values, and shear not real high, but shear enough over the northern Gulf that it is causing problems for Karen. And while winds of 35 to 45 and some storm surge of 1 to 3 feet will certainly be problems, they're not major problems. One of the concerns is going to be the heavy rains, and of course the heavy rains will generally be along and to the right of the track of Karen, so it looks like much of it will be along the northwest Florida and extreme South Alabama area, whereas with the front approaching us, we probably will see on the order of 1 to 2 inches across much of the area for the time that we see the rain before it ends on Monday. Very active weather pattern in the Central Plains. They had a number of tornado reports, those red dots that you see on there from the Storm Prediction Center. And one of the reports included at least 14 injuries. So a very active day with some rather big tornadoes from what I saw going on. The Storm Prediction Center is out looking for day one, a slight risk extending from extreme northeastern Arkansas up across the lower or western Ohio River Valley and to the vicinity of southern Lake Michigan and Chicago. There's also C-text, of course, in the vicinity of Karen. Day two, the slight risk area moves eastward and shrinks. It's primarily in Ohio, parts of Michigan, and parts of Indiana. And then on day day three, we see some C-text areas. All right, there's a 6C GFS model run this morning, and the GFS has been sort of an outlier on some of the tracks for Karen, but we're showing Karen there in the north central Gulf of Mexico, and of course we see our front approaching too that is providing that severe weather. By Sunday at midday, 18Z, we see the front coming into the western Ohio River Valley and across the southern Mississippi River Valley, and there's Karen making its way nearing the shoreline. By the time we get to Monday, Karen has made it ashore and is now more or less being absorbed by the frontal system, so that should be putting an end to the rain for us. The upper flow on Monday, we can see that strong upper low, and that will be moving off fairly quickly off to the northeast. There it is on Tuesday as it moves up into the extreme eastern Great Lakes. By Wednesday, it's up into New England, and we're coming under a ridge, so it looks like some pretty nice weather for us, some nice fall weather with lows in the 50s and highs in the 70s. Those are kind of temperatures we like to see. Thursday, we're now beginning to watch, we still got the ridge over us, but we're beginning to watch that next one coming in across the southern Rockies, and that will be providing a front. But in the meantime, surface high pressure keeping things in good weather across the eastern half of the country. By the time we get to Friday, that closed low is coming out of the southern Rockies, and that will be providing a surface low with a front that will be approaching us. Now, this morning, the GFS maps were not available beyond this point, so it looks like probably we would have a dry Saturday, but looks like some weather issues for us on Sunday. And, of course, we'll see if we can't get more of that information tomorrow. In the meantime, stay tuned to the blog for our latest information on the updates for Karen and what she is planning to do. Just keep in mind that weak storms sometimes can throw us some curves. I'm meteorologist Brian Peters. Thanks for tuning in to the Weather Xtreme video. We have the next one posted first thing on Sunday morning. And, again, stay tuned to the blog for the latest information.
Thank you for trusting us to be your #1 source for news
in all of Central Alabama.
in back-to-back ratings periods.
More people watched ABC 3340
than any other station in Birmingham.